In Exodus chapter 14, God's people were stuck between a rock and a hard place. On one side was the huge Red Sea, and on the other side, their very upset enemy, the Egyptians, were fast approaching them in over 600 chariots. Drown in the Red Sea? Or be brought back into worse bondage by their oppressor? There seemed to be no way out. Have you ever been in a spot where you hopelessly felt there was no way out? Well, just then, as we know, God used Moses and the stick he carried to split the Red Sea wide open and bring victory. I believe the big idea of Exodus chapter 14 is to help us see the sovereign and powerful hand of God bringing glory to himself and freedom to his people. It shows that we can trust him in impossible situations. But I believe there is another big idea just oozing out of verses 11 and 12 there in chapter 14 that calls each of us to live in relationships that demonstrate the miraculous and undeniable love of God to those around us. Now, you'd think these two verses that show us the 5 keys to building great relationships would be nice and poetic, but they're actually the 5 don't do's of building great relationships, so they're not quite so flowery. Here's what they say. They, the Israelites, said to Moses, "Why did you bring us out here to die in the wilderness? Weren't there enough graves for us in Egypt? What have you done to us? Why did you make us leave Egypt? Didn't we tell you this would happen while we were still in Egypt? We said, 'Leave us alone. Let us be slaves to the Egyptians. It's better to be a slave in Egypt than a corpse in the wilderness.'" Now, in these two frantic verses, we find 5 big relationship don't do's. Number 1, they could see no positive solutions. "Moses, you brought us here to die." They completely forgot about our miracle-working God. What do you do when you're at the point that you see no positive solutions for one of your relationships? What can you do? Number 2, they blamed their circumstances 100% on the one they were mad at. "What have you done to us by bringing us out of Egypt?" Number 3, their unforgiveness toward the guy they were mad at further blinded them to possible solutions. Number 4, they brought up past arguments. "Didn't we say to you in Egypt?" And number 5, their memory got all messed up. They said, "It would have been better for us to be there in Egypt." Well, those are the 5. Can you relate to any? I know I've been guilty of all 5 in some of my relationships. I'm purposely leaving out solutions in this video to keep it short, but I encourage you to go to my website and read the post and consider what you can do to avoid the pain of these 5 all too common relationship don't do's, and help others avoid them as well. And hey, let's make it a conversation. Please leave other can-do ideas of your own to combat the don't do's that we sometimes choose. Thanks so much, friends, for watching. Please be so kind to share this with your friends and know that I truly appreciate getting to grow closer to Jesus with you.